Hello everybody, welcome in to some TYM replay commentary. We're doing some more September replays. I haven't picked out a game just yet. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm gonna undeafen myself on Discord. But yeah, we're gonna do a bit of TYM. Mastro is not here yet, so I guess I should really move that for the moment. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just start picking some games. We don't have any uploads for the next few days, so I need to do like at least 3. And we'll see what's available. A bunch of these are actually mine, so I should really get to them. I've got a Sedchan versus Disobeyed game here, so maybe we'll do that. LED Mirror. Ooh, that actually looks kind of spicy. On Dendritic, and we've had a lot of interesting games on Dendritic so far. Definitely one of the more interesting small maps. So, see how this goes. We've got Tealo D versus Yellow D. Yellow D is a great name. Big fan of that. And looks like it's just going to be me for the moment. So I'm just going to have a sip of my drink and then we'll get into this game. And we do of course have Test Your Mettle October. That will start pretty much after the stream actually. I probably should have started it before I hit go live, but oh, I had a very long weekend, and I'm just kind of like getting up to speed with things again. But for now, Sedchan versus Disobeyed. Game 1 on Dendritic. Well, I say game 1. It's just like the game on Dendritic for this month. Alright everybody, we got Disobeyed versus Sedchan. Wayward versus Lord Sedchan. Lord Sir Sedchan the first. They're playing an LED Mirror on Dendritic. These are not 2 commanders. Well, not 1 commander you get to see played super often. LED generally being considered a bit lower tier at the moment, but we've seen some interesting games from LED recently. People figuring some stuff out with her. Alright, and what is the opening choice here? Alright, Sedchan's just going to go for the very quick heal. That early riverboat, 2 early riverboats on both sides. And get one to go and support the commander, get one to, you know, actually harass anything that lands on this tile, actually. The river tile, not so much. Alright, and the response on both sides, pretty standard. Get that harpy up. Drives away the opponent's naval. And we're just gonna see these war villages getting captured. And oh! Disobeyed. Goes for that first hit. And it's actually road against forest, so pretty much dead even health. Sedchan could actually just stand here and hit back and actually be an advantage, but gonna walk back, hit this village instead. Goes for the econ game instead. And will Disobey chase? That is an important question. There is a lack of anti-air over on, as the mage and the harpy is both in the north. You hear a lot of that bass note coming in. Alright, good crit there, and yeah, no anti-air. It means this harpy's gonna get a free hit over here. You know, we do love free dudes. Okay, Witch comes out. Pretty good option. There aren't too many mages, and witches do very well against harpies. Riverboat's gonna go down. No more village only just getting captured now. Oh. Dog's gonna do some damage. And there are some interesting things you can do with LD. People are figuring out, and will be relevant in this matchup. Is you can do stuff like you can grab your opponent's harpy, for example, and just throw them into an opponent's mage. It'll pretty much always work. It'll kill the harpy and damage the mage. I think you can do that to witches as well. Also kind of vulnerable to getting killed pretty easily. There, yeah, Sedgman's just gonna go in a little bit. Has to be very careful. That witch means 10% less life at the dealer's choice. Gotta be very careful here, and both LODs getting close to that tier 1, so we're gonna start seeing potential big plays coming out here. And ooh, Thief Steal, very nice. Disobeyed, going for that kind of longer game. Puts the witch somewhere safe. And I think this is safe, but I'm not 100% sure. Right, big hex gonna come in. You see the sword go down. Sword on Flagstone does not fall to commander, so you gotta go for that hex first. Allow for that. Yeah, Harpy's just gonna find some nice free damage here. Dog gonna fall up as well, and Sedgman just really wants to put a lot of pressure on this commander. He's actually very content to just take a bunch of damage on the dogs. They do lead towards good suicide units later on. Ooh, especially with that mage heal. 93% health dog is really dangerous to an enemy commander. As is this 49%. Okay, big hex comes in. Is this going to be the lead up to a lethal? I don't think so. I think, yeah, we're just going to see Disobeyed back up. We're going to get a kill first, though. Oh, nice kill there. Dog goes down as well. That's one less suicide on the board, but ooh, that's a very low health looking commander right there. I think, yeah, that sword goes down. Is this dead? I think it is. And yeah, Sedgman just gonna farm some extra kills here, but yeah, this is a very dead looking commander. 54% health on road. Might have lived if the hex hadn't been an option, but the hex was right there. 44%. I think it would have done it.
Silence falls. Am I free?
Sedgman is going to take it. You know, fairly standard game from both players as far as like there wasn't any kind of fancy things with grooves going on. Mostly just a bunch of building the right units, building the right counter units, like on the naval fronts. Bunch of exchanges going on in the center, and the Thief Steal I think was the thing that really made the difference, because you're down a combat unit when you go for a thief. It has to get that steal, and going for the center village takes a long time to get the run back. So yeah, like that just wasn't going to get back in time for any kind of meaningful exchange. Getting the actual steal is nice, because obviously you're draining 300 gold from your opponent, but a lot of units were dedicated to protect the thief, and yeah, commander goes down on the retreat with the rest of the army. So, well played to Sedgman. Okay. That was a fun game. Had a good one. Couple more? A couple more. Let's see, we got a half cake. I don't really want to do fog by myself. What else do we have? Jungle season. Koji versus Tenri. Thing. A fun matchup. Conan. I think they are Stefan, but they go by Conan as well. The Sigma. Oh, green versus teal, okay. Make it more hard for me. Looks like it to be a fun matchup though. Ooh, we got a... slight mistake on... There we go, we're good now. Sigma, we see a lot of them in Test Your Mettle. They've been playing quite a lot as well. I think they just really enjoy Wargroove. Really enjoy playing 1v1, so... Get to see more games from them. That makes me happy because I actually enjoy watching Sigma play. Conan, fairly new to the scene. Been asking a lot of questions actually in the beginners channel, trying to get better, which I very much appreciate as well. Always good to see people who are, you know, wanting to improve. Okay, let's get into this game then. Got Conan versus Sigma, Koji versus... Alright everybody, welcome in. We've got Conan versus Sigma, Stefan as they go by in game. So they're going to be playing Koji up against Sigma playing Tenri. And I am interested to see how this is going to go. Stefan. Yep, they're going to be doing the correct opening, so... no turn 1 shenanigans where people can mess up on the commander heal. Alright. Koji. Go for the heal, and we're not going to see any two different... Ooh, goes back for the decap on that village. Makes sense. And I guess there's going to be an interesting point where are either of the players actually going to help the frog break the game of the gate. Because with the rifle, it takes a long time to break the gate down. And you actually really want the rifle out early. But with jungle season, we've been seeing a lot of players just kind of leave the frog to fend for itself.
Battle stance activate.
Yeah, we're just going to see this go down. Pretty much always going to hit that village. And the next decision comes, what are you going to do next? Are you going to go for the sword? Are you going to go for the village? Are you going to go for this village up here?
I'll make this quick.
Okay. Sigma's just going to stand and hit. Goes for the capture as well, actually. So, you know, just going to deny this sword from being able to do too much work. It can actually just retreat. That is also another option. And yeah, commander going and hitting from this side means yeah, sword can't retreat anymore. And ooh, even has a dog to punish. Interesting. So no knight on this side. Gonna go spear balloon instead with the harpy. And I don't know how much I rate this, because this is something I've tried before and it really does struggle in the end, where you just have very little mobility. You can't go for like punishes or anything, can't knock down villages particularly easily. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see, is this going to like work better against like their opponent? Also follows up with a witch. See a harpy down on this side as well. Okay. Both dogs out. This one's pretty heavily injured now. I don't think Zigama can really punish that dog though. Alright, and now the frog is out. Knight is out, doing a bunch of damage, doing a bunch of harass. Tenry almost has groove. Harpy was able to get a little bit of damage in, but nothing too significant. And now comes the point where you're like, I wish I had a knight on this side supporting my commander. The villages go down a lot quicker. You have a pretty beefy unit to back up your commander against like opponent's knights and that kind of thing. Oh, it actually does manage to get the kill on that. Dog chases it down. But I don't think that dog is going to live. I mean, you'd have to dedicate your own dog to killing it. You don't really want to spend a night killing your opponent's dog, but whatever. Not the end of the world. On this side, we just see Stefan continuing to push down. Get some damage. Oh, gonna put the knight in danger actually. But recognizes there's a lack of anti-air, this witch is just out of range. Going to actually just continue to overwhelm. Oh, interesting. Sigma's just all out offense this turn. Henry is here. Could have seen like a yoink maybe, but no, she's just gonna kill a spear. Gonna save that for maybe a tier 2 or just a better opportunity. Oh yeah, this dog's going down as well, and I think yeah, Conan overstepped a little bit. Okay. Koji though can just kind of stand his ground, do some damage. Gonna fight it out with that dog. Goes for a sword crit, pretty good. More units coming up to back up over on the right hand side. Is this a free hit? It is actually. Mage is out of range. Harpy's getting some good harass. OG isn't in any kind of danger. The Hex probably should have came in first before going for the crit, but whatever. Not the end of the world. Those kinds of optimizations do matter more over time though, as you get better at the game. As you start playing better people. Oh. And now Koji, I think, is trapped. Probably should have spent Groove last turn, if only to keep himself safe. And is he just stuck? It looks like it. What are we gonna see here? Oh, just kills on the Harpy. Okay. Sigma's just like, I'm fed up of this. He's been getting free hits all game. Mage heals for safety. I think Koji's just dead. There's nothing that can be done to save him. Yeah. Oh, he even buys the ballista. Sigma, that's just mean. And yeah, I mean, I think Stefan was doing fine until he overstepped. There is just a point where you're just like, you can't continue to attack. And the only way you're going to learn that is by playing. So, that is fairly important. And it's very difficult to know exactly when the safe time for being aggressive is. There are definitely players out there who can make it work. They will be split up. They won't be in a wall formation. Your opponent will generally have more mobility than you, so you have to kind of contend with the fact that they're going to be able to kill your stuff. And you need to be a bit slower, a bit more methodical, and that's actually really difficult to do. While also like holding economy, so yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. Alright. I'll do like one more. If Master isn't here, I'll just call it there. And we'll get this cut up and put onto YouTube. And because I think he said he might be here, so. But if he isn't, then I can do it on Thursday. I can do it a bit earlier. I was just feeling a bit tired. Had a very long weekend. I slept for 12 hours on Saturday morning. And I went to an event. And no, Sunday morning, Saturday night I should say. Got to the event on Saturday afternoon, set up all my stuff. Played friendlies for a bit, got some food. Went and played some more games, got some more food, and then hung out for a bit longer. Watched the finals for one of the tournaments, then went to bed, and then just slept for 12 hours, and then woke up the next day, went to the venue, played tournament, went 0-2. But I had a good time, so. But yeah, I was just very much in need of rest, I think. I am not the young person I used to be who could just do back-to-back tournament days on very little sleep, and yeah. It is not me anymore. Okay. Taking a look at some replays, we've got Paradise Lost game. I don't remember what Paradise Lost was. This is from August. Got another jungle season. Rasposo versus Sigma. I'm surprised I haven't commentated this one actually. Pretty good matchup. Let's see. Orange, Ryota. Already on option. Ryota I think is like has a lot of potential to just be a very fun commander to watch. And they're going up against Green Rom. Okay. Rom? I feel like he has some potential, but he just kind of struggles. Just because like his groove isn't strong and effective enough for long enough. I actually almost wish it was like Sedge's, and that it just like if it was like a bit weaker overall, but you just kind of got it permanently. I think that would make him quite an interesting commander. Just make it like very slow, and then just like have it be like 2 stat boosts that are just like essentially permanent. I think that would be really cool, but I don't know. Alright, anyway, we're not here to talk about the design of ROM. We are here to see how this game goes. Let's get into it. Alright, we've got Rasposo in the orange playing as Ryota up against Sigma playing Rom in the green. Not a matchup you get to see very often. Rom is definitely not the strongest commander right now. And they're taking it to jungle season, you know, the counterpart to open season with a frog instead of a rifle. Makes a very interesting dynamic. We definitely, you see very different playstyles coming out. The rifle allows for a lot of like anti-infantry options, where on the flip side, the frog allows for some kind of interesting plays defensively. I do think we're going to start seeing people do things more with like trebuchets and ballista, but then again, Test Your Mettle September is basically over at this point, so we'll be going into Test Your Mettle October, which basically starts as soon as the stream ends. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that event has already started, and we will be getting ready for Test Your Mettle in November. I hope you get to look forward to some of the games we're going to see out of October. We've got some interesting maps lined up for that event. But anyway, back into this game. Ryota has groove already well on the way to tier 2, which, you know, isn't that surprising. Ryota is very, very fast at charging. And yeah, I mean literally the fastest charging commander in the game. See a lot of cool gameplay out of him. Oh, and he's just gonna straight up kill the sword. Okay. So favoring just destroying the opponent's army. And building a lot of groove actually. You know, killing a sword with commander is a nice chunk of groove. Alright, Rom, what are you gonna do? Knocks building down? Yeah. And Rom is a commander that could afford to be very aggressive, so he's gonna be pushing forward a lot. There's no rifle to contend with, so he can just be aggressive in this phase. In this case, he can just go up into his opponent's army and be like, "Rah, I'm Rom," and not care at all about, you know, a bunch of swords, a bunch of spears. Okay, Ryota just takes a bit of counter attack damage, doesn't really care. He's almost at tier 2. He actually probably is going to be tier 2 at the end of this turn. 195. Close enough. Rom has groove himself. He's looking at tier 1. He could just walk forwards and do some damage and just body block if he wanted to. I think he might have actually been able to reach this knight over in the corner. It'd be quite funny. But you do run the risk of getting trapped if you go for that, so not surprised he decided against it. He just holds center. But here's the interesting thing there, is Rom can go anywhere. He could actually just go and kill this knight if he wanted to. However, Rasposa has a lot of knights on the map. So Sigma does have to be a bit careful. However, Sigma has a golem. And, you know, while all these knights are really good, very strong, golem count, like, matters a lot. Especially when you're backing up like a heavy commander like Rom. Alright, knight comes in, does a whole bunch of damage. Gonna get chased out of this corner. More knights come in. Good knight crit there. Tier 2 groove is available. The Rasposa could go for something very fancy. That being said, he's up against 2 golems, so he does have to be very careful. And the big thing here is, you know, can you press the advantage of having all these knights to just run over villages? Or golems are not quite as effective as that. At doing that, sorry. Can you make something out of Ryota tier 2? Because that is a really strong option. Or I suppose we're just doing a bit of repositioning game right now. Rom might get tier 2 and actually use it before Ryota gets a chance to use their tier 2. Okay, we're going to see more and more pressure getting lined up here. Knight crit positioned perfectly to support this knight. I think there's a second knight crit and Ryota tier 2, so if this golem goes in, you're going to get absolutely battered for it. And it's going to go for it. Question is, you know, will that actually survive or not? Damages Ryota, interesting play. Goes for another one. Oh, we're gonna see a lethal attempt here? Was he just going for that just to build groove? Rom almost has tier 2. 186. Okay. Gonna go for a hit with the mage as well. He has to finish with Rom. This might be a really clutch lethal. And 192. Is it actually going to matter? I think he gets a movement speed bonus, so he actually is going to get the kill. Oh no. And Rasposa just leaves himself a little bit too open. And Sigma just spots it and gets the lethal. That was really clutch. And well played. Sigma gonna take the game. Rasposa was looking really strong. He had all this knight count. Was able to put a lot of pressure in, had some really good positioning, was going to get a big punish on this golem. But Ryota was just left a little bit too open. Really nice use of the frog pull to damage their own units as well. Just allow for another sword suicide. And yeah, you cannot leave Commander open on that many sides next to a road, because like all those lethal opportunities suddenly pop up. And yeah, just really good spot by Sigma, gets the punish and takes the game. Okay. What are we looking at right now? Let's see. So you can join. All right, welcome in, Maestro. Yeah, hop in. Yo, how's it going?
I'm doing great. Let me open the stream from the Discord side.
Okay.
So I don't hear you twice. Yeah, I closed the other one.
I'm good to do like maybe 2 more. But
Sure.
we could do some in memo games.
Nice, yeah. I'd like that.
We had a pretty cool lethal there actually. Like we don't get to see Rom too much, so it's always like a treat to see him do something.
Yeah, I always like Rome lethals. And he didn't even need tier 2.
No, he didn't. He was very close to getting it, but I think he just realized, oh, I could just walk over this mountain and kill him.
Yeah, but I think he wasn't able to get it. So, as long as the backside was blocked, Ryota would have survived there, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine if you calculate that on your turn, you're like, oh, I can get killed exactly like this. So I just block backs. Also, the frog played to suicide the second sword. He frogged his own sword to damage it and suicided. That was crazy.
That was really cool too.
Yeah, flashbacks from that like Faded Sun game. You know, back in Go 4.
Oh yeah.
Godzy.
That was really cool. Oh, I mean, there's been so many moments like that over the years where it's just like...
Yeah, but that was the
like
first one I remember. I was very new back then. And that was like the original Amazing Lethal with suicide.
Yeah, I think everybody remembers that. Oh, everybody was around. It's just like, yeah, that was cool. I mean, even like there was artwork done for it as well. There's like a comic out there that has like a. No, we did like an art contest. I think it was like the only real entry anyway. But it was still like a really cool moment.
Yeah, I wanted to join from the beginning, but then I missed the ping that the stream was starting. I was playing Athena Crisis. I was trying to grind some stars.
Fair.
Crazy. Sorry, but
I think you're still enjoying that.
Yeah, it's not that. Well, I am enjoying it, but it's mostly that I'm trying to get all the skills quickly so I can play PvP eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes
Again,
sense.
probably don't need all of them to play PvP, but it would feel weird to start playing without having all of the stuff. And we don't have like good maps yet. Anyway, let's go back to Wargroove.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I was watching just like a quick aside before we hit start on this. Pirate Software was streaming Warside last night. And it was interesting, like the dev came on for like an hour and there was like an interview about the game while he was playing it. And
yeah.
Cool to hear like see all these games.
Did you like it? Warside didn't seem as good as Athena Crisis to me.
Yeah, he was enjoying it. It sounds like they know that there's a lot of work still to do. And they're like 3 months out from release. I think they said like they were aiming at like kind of late January, so.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's like, if they're gonna do a similar thing to what Christoph does with Athena Crisis, where they're gonna, update often after release, then it's fine to release the game in a quote-unquote unfinished state.
Yeah.
As long as it's not the classic AAA tactic of, make everybody pay a bunch of money for like the full game. If you're gonna update it a bunch for free right after, then it's fine, right?
Yeah. I think
It hurts your release a bit though. It's like it's not gonna be as popular, probably.
yeah, from what I can tell, they're focusing mostly on single player and like the multiplayer stuff. It will have like a kind of very basic ranked, and then they'll kind of figure stuff out after that. They are releasing it on Switch though, which means I think they're going to run into the same issues that Wargroove does, where if they want to release like an update, like they have to with crossplay, because they've said they're doing crossplay as well. Then
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait a bunch.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
like
so they won't be able to just push updates all the time.
yeah, but we'll see.
Also, Ollie's here, I guess. Hey, Ollie.
Hello.
Hello, Ollie.
I just woke up.
Fair.
Woke up a little later than I wanted to. Even though I went to bed on time, I just didn't fall asleep super quickly. I woke up soon after I went to bed. So I'm up an hour or two later than I would like. But I'm here, so
Sometimes it'd be like that. Are you two ready then? We've got Sequoia versus Marco maps on in memo.
I'm ready.
yep.
But we'll do this and then we'll see how far are we. See how we are for time. I do have to, cut up these videos and put them on because we don't have a match for today for YouTube. So let's get into it. Alright, we got a Felheim versus Felheim matchup. We got Sequoia versus Marco match. Ragnar versus Volder. And we've seen a lot of commanders today that we haven't usually seen. Ragnar definitely underrepresented on games that we would see from commanders.
Ooh, and neither player opening correctly, but Mark opening more wrong than Sequoia, so Sequoia is gonna have a big opening advantage.
What would you say is the big thing that they're both doing wrong?
Well, the first sword on CO side walked wrong on, it should go back. Pick up the two chain, back and through center. That's what your first sword does. You can see Sequoia did with his second sword, so did Marco. But Marco did a worse thing with his first sword. Anyway, back to Sios for a second. Valder isn't that good after the nerf, but he's probably still better than Ragnar.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a really cool play from Disobeyed with Volder on this map, where just went all in on the stronghold, and if there's something Volder is very capable of still, it's murdering the stronghold with Groove.
Yeah, he's way worse at that than he used to be though. But yeah, he can still do that kinda. Can he get it with 2 crits? I think 2 crits are barely not enough now. So you need
I think it's 45 per sword crit now. But it's I think it was if you get a knight crit and 2 regular sword hits, it will do it.
Yeah. Probably knight crit and sword crit does it. Yeah, it will for sure. Yeah, it's yeah, sword crit should be what? Yeah, maybe 45, maybe 47 or 8.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, troopers die. Yeah, trooper dies a lot. That's what trooper does.
Hey, don't diss the trooper. It's a very what's a good word for bad piece?
Well, it's a unit.
It's a unit. It's a unit that exists that you buy sometimes.
It's certainly one of the units of all time, right?
Hey, look, it's bought more than Ballista. That's saying something.
I think the big thing about the trooper is just if it was good, people would just constantly build it.
Yeah. I think it has to kind of be bad, especially if it's being produced from a tower. Like, I think it's priced reasonably.
The question isn't whether Trooper should sack, it's how much it should sack, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, it's still a 5 mobility unit with capturing, so.
Yeah.
And it pressures knights, and so.
Anyway, back to the game. A bunch of swords, like that's pretty good for Valder, except he's like massively losing all metrics. Not massively maybe, but he's losing all metrics.
Wow, the gate trap. The gate trap. That's really funny. You never see anybody kill that thing.
Oh, now it's a real groove battery, so people are kind of
Yeah.
killing it occasionally.
Ooh, what are we gonna see here? Sequoia just runs in, does a big
It
groove.
was gonna be a stomp on the stronghold.
It is. And that is a night crit lined up to follow up, so.
That's actually quite threatening.
Yeah, like Ragna, he definitely has her weaknesses, but her strengths are like pretty brutal. Like she can just murder strongholds, packs of units. And I think she just kind of wins at this point. I don't think you can even dislodge her.
Can the mage reach the left side of the HQ? Like to hit what's on the left side of the HQ? 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't for 1. Yeah, because of the forest. Right? Oh.
It could reach that balloon though.
Oh yeah, the balloon should have been one tile further up. Now mage just kills it. So is HQ dead? Oh, he isn't going for it.
Okay, well he's going for the balloon. I mean, it might still be dead.
Yeah, the HQ is probably dead this turn.
Yeah, sword crit. Sword crit on the mage. There's no stopping us.
He just goes down.
I mean, just like he should do what he did, except sword and knight kill the HQ, right?
Mm-hmm. I think they're letting this drag out at this point.
Wow, Seiko, you're BMing.
I don't think it's that BM. I just think like guaranteeing a win at this point.
I think that's just more of like a traditional I'm Psychoia, I'm gonna play it safe play as opposed to.
Yeah, imagine calculating lethals, right?
Exactly.
Who does that?
No one. Just kill their army first. They only have swords. What are they gonna do? Attack a village?
I mean, there is a golem.
Yeah, it's scary now, but you know.
Okay.
Oh,
ooh,
now he's gonna go for it.
second Ragnar groove. And she'll jump again. And oh yeah, you can just hit it with anything at this point.
Okay, so it is on purpose.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is BM. Because I think... Oh, actually, could anything have killed it? I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the sword does enough damage.
It had 23. Does sword do 23 to...
Oh, sword does 22.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy. Okay, so maybe not that PM.
Oh, is
Miss-
Ragnar dead? That is a crit.
Uh-oh. Rounding. Did rounding take another victim? Let's see. Oh, but Trooper?
Trooper. Oh,
Trooper doesn't do much.
Yeah, no.
Trooper only does like 10, 15.
15, I think. Huh,
Is that
yeah.
enough?
So it wasn't enough even with the mage instead of the trooper. So yeah, there was no way it was gonna be enough.
Unfortunate. Stronghold's dead though, so like.
Yeah, I mean, Knight just stands and hits, right? Although, no, that
Guys.
won't even be enough.
Guys, when are we gonna get a CO suicide into?
Are we gonna see another groove?
Yeah.
That'd be
We
really
are,
funny.
yeah.
Oh,
Another shield jump. And that will kill the stronghold.
In
and-
place. That's funny.
Okay.
The fabled CO suicide into stronghold via 10,000 grooves.
I will
That'll be
say
a classic.
that was like the most Ragnar way to win a game. Just
Yeah.
like constantly shield jumping and doing damage to army and hitting strongholds.
All shield
mean-
jumps were on HQ. So yes,
Yeah.
very Ragnar. Just like tunnel focused on the HQ.
Ton of free progress on the HQ.
That was a
Uh,
fun one to watch though. Even if I feel like Psycho could have finished that a bit quicker, but
But yeah, nothing much to say. Like Segoy just kind of ran him over.
yeah, pretty much. And
But yeah, very Ragnar. He was cosplaying his character.
all right. Do either of you have an in-memo game that you would like to commentate before we wrap things up? Oh, I could do like 2 more, I think. Depending on how long the next one goes.
I haven't looked at many games, so I don't know what's there or what's left.
I
so,
see
yeah.
I see a Rasposa versus Skyro game. They're playing Viota and Elodie. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Big fan of those two characters, personally.
Yeah, Rio is a fun one. Actually, I will say Rasposo in general is a fun player to watch. I generally have good times whenever I watch his replays.
I just wish Elodie's first or Groove 1 was much faster.
I think that's like generally the
Or
opinion of a
bet.
lot of people.
There's a lot of grooves that could just be faster.
Yeah, when Wolver is getting his at 200, his tier 2 at 200. Lol.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
He needs to be
Wolfar-
slowed down.
Tier 2 on Wolfar needs to be slowed down a bit. I think, didn't they already nerf it?
Yeah, it
It's
was
very slow.
175.
Yeah.
It was 175.
I think his Groove 1 needs to be slowed down too.
Nah, his
Probably.
Groove 1 is fine at 100.
Yeah, but like you'd have to add another level for Groove 2, right? Because I'm pretty sure Groove 2 is at very slow at this point.
No. Groove 2 is at
not?
medium. They're both at medium. 100 it's...
Okay, then it should be slow.
Wait, medium is 100, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Close 150, right?
Yeah, and very slow. 200, 250 is lethargic. Yeah.
Wait, there's
Does
lethargic. I guess what's his name has it.
Nobody
Sedge.
has it, but it exists.
That's funny.
I don't remember if
How do we
anybody
know it
ever did
exists?
actually have it.
I mean, it's there, so probably like in beta,
Maybe.
somebody would have added.
Part of me wishes like Rom had like lethargic, but he just kept his form after that point.
It
Where
could
he
be
just
interesting.
becomes like this
And
like
tank,
slow,
yeah.
grindy character where you're just like slowly becoming stronger. Okay, but anyway,
I think like his current thing fits him more because it's like it's the super form that coincides with like it's not that he grows in battle. It's like they've done experiments on him, so he gets the super form, right?
yeah,
It's an ability that has a short amount of that has a short duration. It's a temporary power up thing. So current thing fits.
I guess like I don't really know how you'd buff Rom. I mean, I guess you just make his groove charge a bit faster.
Yeah, or buff its numbers or not nerf its numbers against CO and HQ and make him like the heavy lethal threat CO.
Yeah.
Because his numbers are like artificially deflated against CO and HQ to stop like super ridiculous lethals.
Oh, I remember there was a bug with him at one point where like when an enemy commander was on negative terrain, he did like super bonus damage to them, where he did like 80% to enemy commander on river.
That's nasty.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the normal damage. Maybe they just didn't nerf it on river because he should be at 1.5, right?
Right.
So that's like what?
Oh, maybe that actually does sound right then.
Yeah. So that's like 68, and then plus like 14 is from river. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah,
always
that's what it's doing river. So they just forgot to nerf it on river.
you could always make him like a heavy unit, like a tech unit destroyer.
Buff
To
his
make him
damage
good.
against golems.
Golems, trebs, knights, yeah. Make him really good.
Nah, I like just doing 80 damage on CO though.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I'm
We don't
offering an
have that
alternative.
anymore. It doesn't exist. Like
I'm
we
just
just
I'm just okay.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
giving alternatives.
Anyway, let's do this Resposa versus Skyro game. We got Ryota versus Elodie.
Yep.
All right. On the top side, we've got Elodie being played by Skyro, Resposa playing Ryota in the reds. They're taking this to in memo.
So are they gonna open correctly? Let's see. Okay. Correct so
How much
far.
do you want to wager that it's gonna be new?
Okay, Resposa is doing all of it correctly. Yep, so is Skyro. Okay, correct openings on both sides. Crazy.
Air Trooper coming out.
The Air Trooper is fine. I think it's more of an adaptation.
Okay.
Though. Like, I don't think you do it every time. I think you do it when your opponent makes a mistake, which Resposa hasn't made yet, so I don't think it's the optimal move, but it's still okay. It just super delays your knight.
I mean, Trooper does have the benefit of moving around a lot of this terrain, like really well, which I think on this map is actually like you'd argue it's a little more useful than it is on some of the more open maps.
Yeah, the thing with In Memoriam is that getting to develop is hard. There's a lot of terrain near production, but after you develop, then the terrain gets a lot less
easier.
harsh. Yeah.
Yeah, once you get the lines going.
Let's look for this nice little yoink. It's kind of nice.
Okay, so at some point, while we were talking about the trooper, I suppose it slipped up, and now the trooper is actually looking good.
And I guess it makes sense to try and yoink against like Ryota, who's like all about trying to get an early advantage. And if you can just like grab one of the villages early, that kind of negates that to some degree, where you know all of a sudden he has to like respond to this village, you know, take that down.
But yeah, trooper can always yoink that village, but usually I feel like you have two swords ready to kill it in return, so it actually can't.
Right.
But now only one sword was able to punish, so the yoink was fine. Still didn't get that much. But Skyro is ahead on Nikon for a bit. Like, he's also like cleaning up his side very quickly. Yeah.
Old positioning there, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, there's nothing there to challenge.
Yeah, and Elodie's actually gonna have groove pretty much whenever she wants, because just like one more hit will do it.
Fake groove though. Tier 1 isn't the real groove.
It does have some cool options though, like if your opponent goes Harpy, you can kill the Harpy on a mage.
It's too expensive for that though. Like, you're basically like worse Wolfer at more price. You'd rather just wait for the tier 2 and try to join something completely.
Which is exactly why they should buff the groove charge on it.
Yeah, or yeah, they should really buff it, or they should
Yeah.
just.
I personally think it should be fast, but that's also with the stipulation that tier 2 still is a late game tier 2. Which it is, but you know, it needs to come it needs to be like a Oh, Elodie can't find good grooves, so she's just gonna wait off on it, right?
But yeah, Elodie is pretty good if you have a massive advantage, though.
I mean, I feel like any CO is pretty good if you have a massive advantage, especially like Merciful.
Yeah, the joke is that she has a massive advantage right now. So it doesn't matter. Like we're talking about COs all this time, doesn't matter. Skyro is very winning, just like icon wise.
And the pike wall is coming down.
Yeah. That's a lot of chip units everywhere. Not an LOD map, this one.
I guess the idea is like if your opponent did go a heavy unit to try and break your formation, like you just punish it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You really only buy Dragon here, I'd say.
Yeah, I guess you do buy Dragon. Dragon can stay out of LOD's range though.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, technically Golem can too. It's just a lot slower at it, terrain dependent.
yeah, it'll take 20 billion turns to get out, so you don't build column here. And then, like, if you do build, it feels so hard trying to keep it out of LOD's range. Like, you can do it, but can you do it while also getting decent value from it? That's a lot harder.
Hard. Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas, Dragon front switches on a dime.
Yeah.
I guess Golem is nice in this kind of circumstance though, where like Elodie's like basically trapped over on the right hand side.
Well, she has a balloon though, that's the thing.
I mean, it's also nice because pike wall. You want to be punching the pikes with the Golem.
I see Golem coming out left hand sides.
Exactly what I expected.
Yeah, so LOD should like front switch and be there by the time Golem is there.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get separated anyways, so she needs to back up.
Bunch of witches by Skyro though, I don't understand this. Like, I don't
I
see
wonder
any
if they're gonna
dragons.
trade. I wonder if they want to trade witch for witch. No, the answer is no.
And I guess like the idea is it's maybe like anti-Ryota tech, where like Ryota can't go deep anymore. You're just fishing
'cause
for
double
losers at that
hex.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's good enough to buy a witch. I suppose it's spamming golems now.
If you wanted to do that, you buy Archer this turn because you have time. Hell, last time we saw Ryota do like a really well on this map, they even hit the witch. So even witches aren't safe.
This really is the pike spam moment. Wow. I
Just
don't like-
vaguely place your spike wall in the direction of your enemies and profit.
I suppose they're building yet more golems. Wonder if we're gonna see another one this turn.
Yeah, LOD isn't like rushing to defend against the golems. I'm not a big fan of this. Like, she should try to be there before the golem can flip the 7.
Very slow positional game from both players. Garo just keeps ceding ground. Alright, he's gonna go in now though. We're gonna see a couple units getting picked up. Flips one village back in their favor and just playing a very slow defensive game. Really just wants to
LOD
get
is
LOD
still
quicker.
staying there. Yeah, just decided not to go against the golems.
Just seems like a strange decision.
I guess he wants to be here for the big army fight, which is fair, but like, she can do more on the other side.
Well, yeah, just preventing all this golem pushing. She really needs to get to the other side.
Oh, tier 2. Does a nice little bit of damage. slows down the front switch, which I guess is like the big thing. Ooh, especially with that balloon going down.
I'm not sure about that tier 2. A bunch of units will die. Like 2 dogs and a mage kill the bike and the balloon. All 3 will die. Yeah, that's a bunch of free dudes.
I guess like the idea here is that you just pressure strongholds. All this stuff over here is a bit slower. Well, I say that all, like, there's just like, what, one sword that's been slowed at this point now?
Okay, dragon just hops there because Lolo Witch doesn't work. Yep, you need mages against the dragon that has a witch to support. And you just lost 2 mages. That's really rough now.
Yeah, and now Elodie is guarding the dragon actually, so anything that hits it is gonna actually get snagged.
Draw your final breath.
That would actually be really funny if you snagged a witch and then triple hexed your opponent's army. I suppose though, I mean they're just still doing their thing. I mean obviously that wasn't the best fight for them, but they're way up on economy right now, so.
Yeah, they've been playing the econ game very well, but unit count is more important. And they've lost too many units. You probably just dive the forward column here, right? Oh, it doesn't look like he's gonna do that. But yeah, I would pay with some hexes and my dragon to get that column. Because then he needs to spend the mage to get my dragon back. And then, you know, I win whatever fight happens. So yeah, the dragon can just dive the column there. Wow, and Response is really just column spamming, which is what you want to do when you have the econ advantage, but it feels so bad against Elodie.
Yeah, I mean I guess like the idea is you just get so many golems, doesn't matter if she yoinks one.
Yeah, you do enough damage already before it can do anything. Well, I mean, also, now that Skyro has their own golem, the best strat is to hit your golem into their golem and not even kill it. Like, that way they don't get as much value off of the
Off the
golem.
Steel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but Scar coming back here on this right hand side just keeps pushing forwards. Recognizes that their opponent took a big loss and
Oh, he just wants to go for the HQ, I guess. Probably can, he has like 20 billion pikes.
yeah, and you can force the golems to be in your Elodie if you go for stronghold. Or at least make your opponent be like, oh, I wish I had these units that weren't like gonna turn into my opponent's units.
I mean, it's not even about the columns, like... Elodie can just clear one blocker no matter what it is. It's like, usually you need to have a specific unit to clear a specific type of blocker. It's like...
LD gets to ignore that.
Elodie is like... the all-in-one unit clearer, I guess.
I'm actually a little surprised Rasposa didn't get an archer on this map, just because it feels like being able to peck away at an advancing formation would be really strong. And we saw on Skyro's side, this archer's gotten a lot of value this game.
Are there any knights though?
Yes.
I
On
don't
whose side, though?
on Skyros side, to threaten the HQ. I don't see a knight.
I don't see a knight.
It's all
Yeah.
infantry and golem and dragon.
Yeah, a knight would have been pretty good here. Because otherwise you're gonna need like 3 sides or more than a single turn. And then the HQ dive becomes a lot weaker. I mean, it's still gonna work. You have 20 billion pikes.
Part of me feels like Rasposa has to go in this turn, but maybe not. Maybe he's gonna bury the golem back a bit.
Yeah, so now the strat is to just pike crit the HQ. That's actually the strat. You just pike crit it.
Like crit everything moment and then heal everything moment.
No, you just spike with the HQ, just the HQ. And then you kill it next turn.
Yeah, I guess there are a bunch of like heavy hitting units behind this, so you don't have the Night Crypt, but you do have a Golem and a Dragon.
Nope, he's not going for it.
What are you doing?
I guess neither of them are like confident about attacking, is like the main thing. Oh, Ballista comes out.
Oh lol, I didn't notice. That's funny.
actually really frustrating if you've got these two witches. Because yeah, they just can't do this area of the map anymore.
Well, that does mean that they're just accepting that they will never produce out of here ever again.
Yeah, I mean they can build on river and
Yeah.
this beach style.
Yeah, but it's significantly slower now.
It's worse, actually, it's worse for balloons. Yeah, that's the main problem. Oh, Drooper value, wow.
Real.
What a play. Okay, we do see an archer now though out of Rasposo, so that's actually going to be really useful here. We'll be able to use those indirects very effectively.
I mean, at the very least, you can't break Skyro's position here, so I don't know what you would want to do in this position as Rasposo.
At least he wants to get more golems, I guess, because, you know, Skyro isn't punishing him. He's getting away with it.
But this ballista is actually probably going to pay for itself if Skyro keeps playing like this, which is really funny.
Nah, I don't think it will. I think you just leave that side. And
But
you
yeah.
can keep the villages without being in ballista range is the thing. So
That's
the
true.
ballista doesn't do much.
Well, it protects against 2 turns, but that's not saying much against this army.
Enter oblivion!
Oh, here we go. Grabs a spear? Interesting. Finds a
Spear
hex.
crit.
Oh, we're gonna see
Oh, is this
spear crit on the dog, opens up 2 sides.
That's 3 sides. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Oh, it
Wait,
just goes for
oh,
army?
I thought for a second the pike was killed to open a 3rd side on the HQ, but no, that happened instead. That's fine. Yeah, you don't have to grab the golem. You can grab anything else if it works tactically.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes all you need is a single spear.
I mean, I went against Sested like that. Never know. You never know. You never know.
Melody, I mean, I'm not gonna say she's gonna get another tier 1, but you know, it is like a nice chunk of groove that she's building. Okay, big mage shield comes in.
Yeah, there's no defending this. This is just too much of a blob. You'd have to kill Elodie.
Yeah, you can wipe like the first line of stuff, but then there are 3 more lines of stuff. Elod is super safe.
Okay, I guess we're gonna see tier 2 coming into effect here. Alright, picks up the witch. Dragon gonna go down as well.
Yeah, you can wipe all this line, but
Ooh,
it doesn't do
suicide.
enough.
I do what I must.
Yeah, I don't think you can kill Elodie.
Ryota tier 2 as well. Ooh, second sword suicide.
Yeah, but how do you clear the golem?
I am sorry.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna see that get figured out. Another hex? Ooh, this is a lot of damage actually.
You'll never see me
Oh,
coming.
wait, can you just kill from one side?
Oh, what a wild hex. Okay, Night Crit is available. 46% health.
Oh, I didn't see this. Holy.
I do what I must.
Barely lives it.
Unfortunate for Spozo.
Oh, that's just a very dead Ryota at that point.
Yeah, almost killed from one side. One more witch would have done it. Or an archer.
Yeah, which archer? If the ballista had been a bit closer.
And the ballista couldn't have been closer.
I know, but it's a joke.
Yeah.
We can have dreams, right? Surely water ballista will be a thing. It's called a
If
harpoon.
Ryoda had the help of Tenri, right? To move the ballista.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And air trooper moment. Doing its best. Yeah, didn't really do that well though, but
Hawk?
yeah, just Golem I think just finishes. Is that actually gonna kill? No, not quite.
Ryoda's gonna get slapped one last time, I guess.
Oh, wants to kill
Oh.
low health Elodie?
Hmm.
Works. Alright, just wanted to kill with the commander. And a very good lethal attempt, I would say, from Raspuzo. It didn't work out, but it was really close.
Yeah, it was cool he showed us this attempt instead of, just resigning. I would have probably
Yeah.
just resigned there, for example. But instead
Good
we get to see,
resourcefulness, yeah.
yeah, we get to see it. It's good showmanship.
Yeah. Yeah, well played, both of them. Very back and forth game, very long grindy game as well. Definitely a lot of pike wall action going on there, but Skyro does take it, so well played. They're gonna win with Elodie, which is something we've seen a decent amount recently, funnily enough. People figuring some Elodie stuff out. At least in like the mid to low tier brackets.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these low tier games are way more fun to watch. I like it more. I like to see the more niche grooves.
I mean, it's because we've gotten so used to the better ones with the championships and stuff.
Maybe, but they're also so powerful. They can flip games really easily.
I mean, I enjoy seeing more powerful groups more than I enjoy seeing less powerful ones, for obvious reasons. Just, it feels more important when it happens, right?
I like
But-
people squeezing all the juice out of a lower value groove though.
Also, like, with Elodie, for example, it's not that her groove isn't the win button. Like, it can be very massive, it's just super slow.
Yeah,
So it's
other
like-
COs beat her before she can use her win button.
So, like, it's not that her button isn't important enough, it's that, okay, the game has taken 20 turns, now she gets to play. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, well played. Skyro takes the game. Do we want to do one more?
Up to you.
I could do one more, and then I'll call it there. Let's see. That was. Alright, I want one without Ryota or Elodie though. We've done a lot of those two commanders today. Let's see. I'm scrolling up. I'm seeing my replays now. I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah, can you get me access to the
Yeah,
global YouTube so I
so
can do this?
I'm gonna message you. We'll just sort that on Friday. I'm gonna do Thursday replays and then Friday. I've got a bunch of stuff going on over the next
Cool.
rest of the week. So Friday is like the day where I just like have nothing. So
Yeah, just saying so I haven't forgotten it. I'm
Yeah.
just like waiting to get the thing.
okay, we got a Sedgehunt versus Skyro game, and people put a Monaco react to this. So I'm assuming
Yeah,
something interesting happened here.
Might be a live game too. Sescon usually plays live, so
That's true.
we
Indeed.
might get to see a bunch of blunders. Let's go. For some reason I don't have I can't say anything on Discord.
Oh, I haven't changed the thing yet. Bring all the details in there, so that should be
Yeah.
it.
Not me for doing that. I was watching the YouTube broadcast and not the
Ah.
Discord one.
Lol.
Should be
I was
working
actually
now.
behind the entire time.
Haha, I was actually behind you this whole time. No. I mean, almost.
Okay, I assume it's working now though.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just get into the game then. Alright, we got Skyro playing Mercia versus Sejun playing Valder. Mercia, not a commander we usually get to see, but I can kind of see her working on this map just because of how prolific pike walls are.
Yeah. You just send all the pike walls there and heal, right? And golems come out on this map, so.
I mean, golems aren't that good on this map, is the thing. Like, they take a billion hours to come out. Last
Which
game
is-
we saw a bunch of them because it lasted 30 million turns, but
I mean, all the units that come out on this map really do. I guess, like, Mercia wants to see golems and knights out on the field constantly. Or, I guess, just high damage pieces in general.
more like tanky pieces, right? Knights, golems. She likes dragons too, kinda.
Yeah, I guess you see like
Ah.
Dragon with Witch on this map, so...
Yeah. I guess it doesn't like dragon as much anymore because it's one shots.
Yeah, but if you have your own supporting Witch, like, she does well in that kind of circumstance.
Yeah.
Brace yourself.
How do you feel about the opening so far? Do you think they're doing them pretty well?
And I think Sky opened better, but they both made mistakes. Yeah, Sky opened better for sure. So it's can want knight on the wrong side. What's that? Lol.
Just wants to keep the enemy commander at bay, but... My question is Sejun going to press tier 1 groove? Because that is totally a Sejun thing to do.
I would tier 1 here. I think it's nice here. Get a free Vil rather than having to deal with it for 10,000 turns.
But yeah, there were opening blunders on both sides, I guess.
Rise from your
Yep.
grave.
Okay, do I agree with this?
That's fine.
I guess CO is slightly more ahead and that kills, right? So that's fine. Yeah. I would have sword critted with both of them, but it wouldn't have mattered here, so I think theirs is a little better than what I was thinking.
Finds a nice kill here. That is a night crit counter attack, but you know, she can just kind of heal off of that. And
It's probably not even worth hitting her.
Her own knight is covering. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
This knight on the
Sure.
right hand side not doing too much really.
I guess you go crit the 5 Vil again. Can you even do that? Well, you can knock it down. I don't think you can crit it, but that's not the point.
Wow. Swords really gonna go there? That feels weird.
Yeah, I guess you only lose one of them.
I won't
Oh.
fail.
Keeps the spears busy. They have to move off of like pretty tanky terrain as well to go fight the swords.
I mean, you got the new spears too. So
right,
you- Yeah.
A lot of spears already.
Now it's looking really good for Skyro.
Yeah, and this is like the unit composition that Mercy likes, is just pure spear.
Yeah. Ooh, Golem. Wow, resigns?
Oh wow.
Just like that. I mean, he was dead lost, but...
We get to see a
Yeah.
Mercia win. Bit of a quick resignation there, but
Yeah, he was like really far behind out of that opening. Lost a lot of value to those spears. And his knight being like basically stunned because it was built on the wrong side really hurt his economy.
yeah, and actually Mercy is like one of the commanders that can just be like, I'll just face tank the night crit. Like, I'm okay
I
with
don't
that.
care.
Yeah.
Smiles.
I mean, anyone can do it and just go back and heal, but you know, Mercy can do it better than the other COs. The point is that your own knight covers the enemy knight, and due to the geography, your own knight just wins. And it also has CO backing it up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Those two factors, geography and CO existence, just make it so that the knight fight is super favorable for the CO side. Non-CO side just doesn't build knight on memoriam. It's not something that happens. Or at least nobody has found a way to make it work yet. Maybe there is some superstar plan that could like be reasonable. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, knight supporting just seems way stronger. But anyway, well played to Scar. They're gonna take it in a very convincing win, I guess we'll say.
Well, Setsan was convinced. He pressed the resign button turn 8.
Yeah, convincing it is. Alright, that's us for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Alright, we'll be back on Thursday, and then on Friday I'm gonna help get people set up with putting stuff on YouTube. Thursday, I'm going to make an effort to get TYM prizes done. I've got like 4 months of prizes to hand out, so it'll be fun for everybody involved. Well, I guess except for me, I have to go do tons of spreadsheet work for that, but that's tomorrow's job. I don't have to care about that right now.
Exactly. Problem for future Barrett, right?
Yeah. Speaking of problems with future Barrett, I have to go hit start for all the TYM matches for this month, so I'm gonna go do that.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody gets to go and enjoy and play, and we get some new maps. We've seen a lot of these maps over the past month. This has actually probably been the most TYM coverage we've done since the main tournament started, so...
Yeah, that makes sense. Now that it ended, we should,
Yep.
resume to,
So,
high TYM
uh,
thing.
But there are 5 maps in the TYM October, so we'll get a little bit of variety there. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I will catch you next time.